Every day, 365 teenage girls give birth in South Africa. 10 of them younger than 15 years old. So that means 1 in 7 moms are teen moms in South Africa. From April 2022 to March 2023, 132,280 girls in South Africa became mothers. Over 3,000 were between the ages of 10 and 14 years old. April 2023 to March 2024, an additional 119,586 girls between 15 and 19 years gave birth, and 2,716 girls between 10 years old and 14 years old became mothers.
That's enough stats.
I think that always deserves a moment of silence. Because these numbers are more than statistics. They are stories of stolen childhoods, interrupted dreams, and cycles of poverty that became nearly impossible to break. This is the scary reality that we are confronted with in our country, and that I hope makes everyone here realize that there is an urgent need to address a redesign and rectification of what is socially acceptable amongst African youth. Children are God's solution to the problems on earth.
Come on.
They are the answers to their generation's issues.
Yes.
Just to explain to you how Talita Together was birthed in the natural realm. In 2021, I received the opportunity from the entrepreneurial society that my university, University of Cape Town, I was doing my final year of my undergrad, and so I was part of this entrepreneurial society. I think COVID kind of just woke me up to, being a bit business-minded, as I had done my undergrad in theatre and performing arts, and so there was so many opportunities for students to enter and pitch business ideas, and as much as I did try and enter, different pitching competitions, I wasn't successful in any of them. But because I was part of the system, they kind of remembered me when this particularly unique opportunity came. And this was the UNESCO and Women at Dior, Dior being the global fashion brand. They had their CSR, which is their corporate social responsibility initiative, called the UNESCO Women at Dior Global and Mentorship Program. And so the Career Services Center contacted me, and they thought about me for this opportunity. And I contacted my mom immediately, and I was like, Mom, I really love everything that this program is about. I really would like to enter into it because a lot of its values aligned to who I am. It was all about women in leadership, women in education, women in mentorship. And so I applied, and I was one of the 500 female university students across the globe that were selected into the program. And when we got into the program, as all the mentees, we understood that there was a educational component, and then there's also a practical component. And the practical component was Dior's dream. They called it the Dream for Change projects. And we had to basically go on a journey of finding other mentees and forming teams to create a social impact project around the emancipation of young girls and women in our local communities. And now, because it's a global program and we're kind of doing everything online, it's just post-COVID, I had to go on a very long journey to find mentees who were also based in Africa and ideally based in Southern Africa. And the Lord just did his wonders, and it truly led. I kind of like posted a WhatsApp group link to on sort of the global LinkedIn platform, and I called it the Women at Dior Africa, and I got 4 mentees who signed up, and so then we had our team. And so we began to do our research, and we began to discuss and talk what are the issues, the local issues affecting our young girls in our Southern African context, in our communities. And we found these shocking statistics that I have just read to you. And so we decided to design our Dream for Change project around emancipating adolescent pregnant girls and teen mothers as young as 9 years old to 19 years old, to empower them through education and entrepreneurial skills development. And so we designed our model and our strategy and our solutions to our Dream for Change. And just to share, for those who are wondering, what are the causes behind this crisis? And what we discovered while we were developing Talita Together. Teen pregnancy is not just about poor choices. 9-year-old girls don't just wake up and decide, I'm opening up my legs to a man and fall pregnant, okay? It's a systemic issue. Number 1, teen pregnancy is rooted in poverty. Girls enter into transactional relationships for survival. There's also a huge lack of education and addressing what sex is amongst children and the youth. Homes, especially in our Black African communities, it's not something that we feel so comfortable sitting around the table and talking about, intercourse and what that means. Even the South African school curricula and system is really doing a disservice and an injustice in really teaching quality education around sex and sexual education. And I also really believe that the church has an important role to shed light on this matter, because God has designed it to thrive in a particular context called marriage, right? And I think there's a lot of education that the church can also do for our young children. There's also the issue of idle time and lack of constructive activities. A lot of our public schools don't have extracurricular activities. They don't have any sports. They don't have like IT, computer. All like us privileged, kids got to do chess and tennis and golf. They don't have that. After class at 1 o'clock, they go home straight away. And so they have all this time while their parents are at work to do whatever they want to do. And so, there's a huge need for public schools to really engage the youth in constructive extracurricular programs. There's also the issue of gender-based violence, right? The legal consensual age for sex in South Africa is 16. So any births that emanate from girls younger than 16 is ruled out as statutory rape. South Africa also has